If you manage a marketing ops team, you already know the situation. Campaign requests come in from literally everywhere. Slack, email, a Google form, who knows what else. And someone on your team has to manually read every single one and decide how urgent it is, who should own it, all of the details around that. And maybe that person is you, or maybe you've accidentally made it someone else's problem. Either way, it's slow going and it doesn't scale as the team gets larger. And the classification that's happening in that person's head is, okay, this is a paid media ask. It's got this budget in this region. This needs to go to the media team, to this person. That has to happen every time by that human for that judgment. And that's no longer the case. Hi, and welcome to the YouTube channel. My name is Andrew Dodds. We help people automate their business through the use of apps, portals, and integrations. And today we are looking at Airtable field agents. So let's get into it. Airtable's field agents change the nightmare scenario that I just laid out for you a moment ago. They're AI that lives inside of your Airtable base. Okay, this isn't a separate tool or a ChatGPT window that you've got to switch back and forth from. It has the context of your Airtable data. In this case, is going to read every incoming request and classify it. It scores it by urgency, and it's going to route it to the right team automatically the moment that form is submitted. So that's in real time. And in this series, we're going to build this entire system from scratch. This video is the overview, and I'll explain exactly what field agents are, show you how to configure them, show you the finished system running, and map out the 4 deep dive videos that you'll see following this overview. In those videos, we will build every single piece of it. So let's talk about what field agents actually are. So as you know, Airtable has field types. You can have a linked record field or a formula field or a field that you type something into, a currency field. The list really goes on. Well, now there's a field type for AI, okay? And that's a field agent. A field agent is an AI-powered field, and instead of storing a value you type in or calculating one or computing one from a formula, it generates or classifies a value automatically based on the other fields in that same record using natural language. So it has the context of your Airtable record. And the difference between this and a formula is that it can handle ambiguous language. So that means a formula can't read a series of promoted posts on Instagram targeting Gen Z and return paid social. A field agent can, because it's a language model and not a rule engine. And the difference between a field agent and an automation is that it doesn't need a trigger to set up. So you don't need a bunch of multi-step automations to make it run. You can configure the agent one time and it runs every time automatically inside of the record. So here's a comparison that might make that a little more concrete. Before field agents, a new campaign request lands in Airtable from a submission. Someone on the ops team goes over here and opens it, reads the description, and manually selects paid social from a dropdown. That takes maybe 30 seconds, which sounds fast, but think about that over time. 200 times a month, there's probably a better use of this person's time. Now, the after state with field agents, that same request lands in the request type field populates automatically within a few seconds. Same judgment, 0 human time. And if you're thinking, well, I could just do this with ChatGPT and Zapier, you could, and a lot of teams are. And the difference is that field agents live in the same place as your data. So you don't have to store the API keys, no management, no Zap to maintain, no other context switching between tools. The intelligence in the database are in the same record, okay? Now, there are 4 primary field agent types, and we're going to talk about those. There's a few extra that are around images and video that we're not going to get into as part of this, okay? Now, I'm going to walk through all 4 pretty quickly here, and you'll see each one in context in the build videos. So first is the long text field, which Airtable calls AI text. This is for generating written content from other fields, and you can give it a prompt, point it at 2 or 3 fields within that record, and it writes something. Imagine a summary or a brief automatically based on those details. We're going to use this to generate a campaign brief that the creative team can use to act on immediately with no human writing required in our example. Second is the single or multi-select. This is the most powerful type for ops workflows typically, and it's what we build first in our very first video. The agent reads a field or multiple fields and outputs one of your predefined category options. And the key word here is predefined. That's what makes the output typed, filterable, and safe to automate downstream. Third is a number, currency, or percent field. The agent determines a number based on the other fields, and we're going to use this to build a priority score of the campaigns. There's basically going to be a 1 to 10 rating that weighs the estimated budget against the deadline urgency based on today's date. And that number is then going to feed the routing logic. Fourth is the linked record or deep match. This is more advanced, and the agent suggests records from another table that match the context of the current record. This is useful for things like matching a campaign request to a past campaign template or surfacing the right team member based on expertise. We're not going to be using these in our series, but it's worth knowing it exists. And so in this series, we're going to use the select for classification of the campaign. We'll use the number for scoring, long text for the brief generation, and these agents are going to build on each other across the videos. Now let's quickly talk about credits. I want to address these now because honestly, if I don't, one, it's a disservice to you, but two, it's going to be the first comment probably in every thread. Field agents consume credits. That's Airtable's unit for processing. And as of June 25, I think AI credits are included in all the paid Airtable plans. So you're not charged separately for them beyond your plan, but you can rent out. And the usage actually looks like this. A simple classification, the kind we build in video 1, is going to run probably 1 to 5 credits per record. A more complex analysis like scanning a multi-page document might be from like 50 to 100 credits. And for a team processing around 200 campaign requests per month, the classifier alone would probably cost 1,000 credits or so. That's usually comfortably within the included allowance for most team and business plan workspaces. The main thing to understand here and what I want you to take away is how it scales. And it's basically two things: complexity of the task and volume of the records. The system we're building is designed to be credit efficient by default. Agents are going to run on record creation, not on every field edit. And in video 4, I'll show you how to scope them to specific views so they only process the records that actually need them. One more thing for anyone on the enterprise scale plan: you get to choose your LLM. Airtable currently supports OpenAI's GPT models and Anthropic's Claude via Amazon Bedrock. If your organization has a specific AI governance requirement around which models can touch your data, that obviously matters, and Airtable has you covered. Okay, so let's do the finished system live demo here. Here's the system that we're building across the 4 videos. This is the finished base, and we're looking at the data layer. You're looking at the campaign intake grid here, and every row is a campaign request that came in through a form. Let me show you what happens when a new one lands. So we're going to hop over here to the form, and I'm going to enter some information here to fill this out. Okay, so we've got our request, and I'm going to go ahead and submit that. Now I'm going to come back into the data, and you can watch it get processed. So watch the right side of the record. So 4 things just happened automatically. The request type classified as paid social. Priority score came back. You can see that there. The campaign brief generated a 3-sentence handoff ready for the creative team, and the assigned team was set to paid media. And in the background, a native Airtable automation fired a Slack message to the paid media channel with the brief attached. 4 field agents, 1 automation, no external tools, no manual triage. So let's talk about how this maps to the 4 videos. Video 1, we're going to build the base and the very first agent. I'll show you how to do the form setup, the database structure, and the request type classifier. That's the foundation of everything else and what it will run on. That's where we're going to start. Video 2, we're going to talk about prompt engineering. How you write the agent's instructions really is going to determine whether it's reliable or not. And I'll show you side by side what a weak prompt produces versus a well-structured one, and give you the 3 rules that you need to make agents consistent at scale. In video 3, we're going to add the priority score and the campaign brief. We'll also add the auto assignment agent and the automation that fires that Slack notification off. And that's where this system really becomes fully operational. In video 4, we'll talk about scaling and governance, how to manage credits intelligently, how to choose your LLM on enterprise plans, and honestly, where Airtable's native tools kind of hit their ceiling, and when it makes sense to bring in something like maybe N8N or another integration tool. to handle the parts that Airtable can't. This base template for the full system is linked in the description. You can check it out there. You can copy it directly into your workspace and follow along, or adapt the categories for your own team. Okay. Well, thanks for hanging with me. In closing, field agents aren't just a feature you can add to Airtable. They're a different way of thinking about what your Airtable can do. Moving from thinking about it just as a place that you store data to a place where data gets processed and acted on automatically the moment it arrives. The system we're building in this series is something most marketing ops teams would have needed a developer to build, and you can configure it yourself inside the tool that your team is already using. Start with video 1, link is right here, and subscribe if you want the whole series. We're releasing 1 video a week. I'd love to have you on board. See you in the next video.